Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. Super excited to be jumping into this brand new game that dropped today, Conspiracy. This is something I have been looking forward to for a while now. This is from a developer that I've enjoyed all of his games. He's the developer behind Family and Rivals, both games that we discussed on Indie Game Club, which are a show that we do every Thursday. Make sure to check it out. I'm a little rusty at this. We've taken a couple weeks off, so I'm super glad to be back. And this is a bit of an impromptu stream, so I don't know how many of you are going to be able to join us right now, but super excited to have. Looks like we got a good group already across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Really appreciate it. I'm not going to be on camera right now just so that I can get the full experience here. But yes, this is Conspiracy here. Conspiracy is a detective game that takes you on a journey into the heart of the deep state. So without me on camera, you should be able to see the whole game, and maybe you can play along with me and help uncover this conspiracy here. So let's get started with this.
I'm John Simon, welcome to Inside America. 14 days and still no concession. In its place, a press conference with Katie Kraft, the president's lawyer, who says that she is going to explain exactly why her candidate won. Let's go to Natasha live on scene.
Thanks, John. A peculiar scene here, outside of all places, the Langham Bar and Grill on the outskirts of Chicago, not to be confused with the much loftier Langham Hotel downtown. We were preparing to hear the president's lawyer speak. However, I have just been informed that she appears to have not switched off our radio mic backstage, so we're just listening in.
Okay, notes. 4 agents, Ulysses, 5G. Okay, Cindy. Cindy, could you come here, please?
Yes, miss, how can I help?
Cindy, do you remember where my chart is? The one with all the pictures? Is it still backstage?
Yes, miss, it is.
Huh. Um, I'm gonna go and look at it one more time and get my head straight. Keep them guessing. I'm gonna give them something that will blow the whole thing wide open.
All right, super excited to jump into this. If you've played Family or Rivals before, then you kind of have an idea of what we're doing here. I have not played this yet. I should say I kind of started it just to kind of get a look at the interface. Big shout out to Tim Scheinman, the developer, for sending us a copy of the game. The game just released today. I dropped the link in the Twitch chat. For those on Facebook and YouTube, definitely make sure to check it out. It is available on Steam and itch.io. The game is called Conspiracy with an exclamation point. And I actually see Al Skip here, the developer, in the Twitch chat. So appreciate it. Thanks, Al Skip. Appreciate you being in here. So I'm super excited to get to this. So I'm going to read some of these things. Feel free to jump in here if you want to help us solve this together. Super excited to be delving into this right now. All right, so let's check this out. What do we have here at the top left? There is such a danger in human nature's fanaticism. When people are filled with fanatical anger, they treat themselves and others as non-human, as not even creatures. Oliver Sacks. I was just caught up in having a zoo. Joe Exotic. So we got a ton of different events that you can see here as I mouse through them. We have everything from killing the pervert here to trading fake voters. Tim developed this game. I think he told me on Twitter that he had finished this game several weeks ago. So it's unfortunate that this recent events have linked with this even further. I don't even know where to start, being in the U.S. here and all the feelings we have of what's going on here. But very interested to delve into the story here. So let's see the instructions here. You are helping the president's lawyer uncover the truth. Open the date drawer by clicking on the date tab. So we have the dates. Okay, we have the dates up here. We got 8 playable dates at a time. Then drag the dates tab to the correct Polaroid. So we got the Polaroids right here. You can also rearrange the Polaroids by dragging and dropping them to help you better realize the sequence of events. Okay, I see that. Nice. You can read written sources in the dossier and listen to the tapes in order to find out the answers. The game will let you know when you have got 5 correct, and you will receive new clues. You can only place 8 dates at any one time. You can clear dates by right-clicking on the Polaroid. I like that, Tim, that you added that element right there of only being able to place a certain number of dates at a time. Let's see. Notes. So maybe occasionally disorienting, working without immediate feedback, but stick at it and your hard work will be rewarded. This game is date accurate to the time it depicts, allowing the use of a calendar. Clues may refer to real events or places. So, hey, Eric, thanks for liking the stream. Eric, I think you'd really like this game, man. I don't know if you followed along with the designers' other games, Rivals and Family, but I think this would be right up your alley. So definitely join us and check the game out for sure. But yeah, I see this right here. This game is date accurate, and clues may refer to real events or places, so you may need to do some detective work outside of the game. I thought that was really cool. If you play Rivals, there's some sections where you actually have to log online and look up some things through some search engines in order to find stuff. So that I thought was really cool. Good luck, and remember, believe everything. All right, cool. Let's start off with the Wichita Eagle. Interestingly enough, yours truly here was born in Wichita, Kansas. So I'm interested to check out what's in the Wichita Eagle, and curious, Tim, why you chose Wichita Eagle. Very looking forward to looking into this. All right, so let's see. Wichita Eagle 2014. A prolonged standoff between a prominent Kansas militia group and the federal government has come to an end. The siege began when Ron Oscar Jr., a breeder of small rodents, was served notice of eviction from his family farm for a prolonged non-payment of income taxes. Oscar and his group of armed vigilantes had secured the farm with tripwires and automatic weapons, claiming comitatus, a complicated theory that claims the U.S. is still technically under pre-1789 Admiralty law. Interesting. Okay, the situation came to a close when on Tuesday morning, when Mr. Oscar was finally talked down by federal negotiators. When reached for comment, our lieutenant governor said, "I am very relieved. It's a week until Kansas Day, and we have a lot of work to do without having to worry about this posse-forming possum farmer." He added, "In the long term, we're going to have to do something serious. You can't give too much credence people like this." Interesting. So do we have those events listed on here? Let's check that out. I'm not seeing that here, but we got... I'm looking through all this stuff. As a big fan of his games, I know that we should be trying to pay attention to some of these key dates that we're seeing here, or some of the references to this 1789 Admiralty law. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Yeah, feel free to, if you see something that I don't, feel free to jump in here, folks, and let me know. Let's look at this field report right here. Posted online December 12th. This is also 2014. Crystal Springs Field Office, Nevada. Research into introduction of psychoactive elements through fluid intake. Conducted by Madeline Frederick. Mark Aspen findings. Let's see. Inconclusive data sets 1, 3, 4 find little effects of the substances procured from colleagues at Groom Lake. However, 2 and 5 show alarming results in amphibians, including increased aggression and homosexual behavior. Gay frogs. But that's, I'm sure, undoubtedly a reference to the conspiracy theorist Alex Jones and his "you're turning the frogs gayer," however he phrased it. It's become quite the meme right now. We'll need to look into this further. Concerned that substance appears fatal to flying animals as it appears to affect their neuromuscular impulses, resulting in a deadly fall. Recommendations. Field office has only been established for 7 months, so far from fully prepared. This may have led to some inconsistencies in the data. Repetition iteration required. Recommend continuing with aerial drop of substance. March over Boise. Please watch out for flocks, or things could get a little more public than we would like. Hey, Eric. Eric's saying Groom Lake is Area 15, I think. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Colleagues at Groom Lake. Actually... That would make sense because that's nearby, right? This is the field office in Nevada, so that's not too far away, right? Interesting. Okay, before maybe we go into this email, maybe we can hit up some of this audio right here. The 4 agents.
Chapter 1: The 4 Agents. In a recording studio on the outskirts of Austin, Texas, I am watching a 22-year-old woman lay out the entire secret history of the US government. Laurie Williams is streaming live to over 100,000 viewers. Her phone constantly rumbles and glows with notifications from her vast Twitter following until it mercifully runs out of battery. Her show is a captivating mix of intimate storytelling and grand showmanship. She veers from conversational to hysterically involved in a moment. I can barely move. When the broadcast is over, Laurie seems wired. She buzzes with nervous energy while laying out her latest grand unified theory. Have you heard of the 4 agents? She says, gesturing to a chart on the wall filled with pictures, dates and charts. Aspen, Suarez, Frederick, Winter, she continues. She speaks in weighty, jargon-filled sentences. Operation Ulysses, a secret task force, poisoned drinking water, rigged elections, a plot to undermine the imperial system. She points to the chart. We know that after a month after the Ottawa standoff, the CIA set up a secret task force to try and control the southern states by any means possible. We know that a month ago from today, they started training fake voters to rig the midterms. Much of it goes by too fast to understand. My head begins to swim with all the connections. I panic and blurt out loudly, "Can we please stop for a second?" She looks up, like a runner on the finish line, surprised to find the race hasn't started yet. What I'm trying to say is, most major events that have happened these past 5 years can be explained by this, the 4 agents. This is a conspiracy the likes of which we have never seen before. It has changed everything about the country we love. And you know what? It's only just begun.
Interesting. So I definitely want to go back to the middle part of that audio because we heard several names. So I know Aspen, Suarez. There was something about Operation Ulysses mentioned here. I'm assuming some of the other agents here, maybe Alan. I'm not sure. We'll have to go back to the middle there. But we also heard this right here, conducted by Madeline Frederick, Mark Aspen. So I'm assuming this is the same Mark Aspen that attended Bohemian Grove. This is really interesting because, like, you know, I remember especially like in college getting into not actually believing any of this stuff, but like going down the rabbit hole of like researching conspiracy theories. And of course, Alex Jones has been around for a long time. So I remember all these things around Bohemian Grove and all this stuff. So it's some really scary stuff, but really interesting here. So let's check out this email. And I think hopefully at this point with this information, we should be able to drop some dates here. So this email found on discarded hard drive posted on Reddit. Hi, Mark. So I'm assuming this is the same Mark right here, Mark Aspen. Hi, Mark. It was good to meet you and the team today. I think we've got a lot in common. Sorry the agency cut you guys loose last year over the little misadventure in Idaho. We had some references to Boise, didn't we? Lot of dead poultry. I agree the wheels of democracy are starting to shake. The last thing the people need is the ability to mess everything up. Anyway, a few of my Bilderberg acquaintances are gathering for a little rustic get-together in a couple of months. I'd love if you could make it. Think you can get to Monte Rio? The couple and I can help with the initial funding, but you'll need a lot more to get into the business of voting machines. Talk to my friend Roy. He'll help you get on your feet. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Best, Alan Rosen. So we have Alan Rosen. We have Gentleman Roy right here. And we have... and we have several names that we've got to. Okay. So let's start looking at a few of these things right here. This might be a reference to Bohemian Grove. Yeah, I kind of want to move several things around already. All right, let me go back here and look at this Wichita Eagle. Like I said, folks, feel free to hop in here and, you know, throw in any possible dates or theories or things you want me to check out. I'm going to try to read through some of this again real quick because we have several references to quite a few animals, right? Breeder of small rodents. Began with Ron Oscar Jr. Is that mentioned here? Moved to Nevada. We have... You know, Tim, you weren't joking when you said this one's harder. Obviously, we're just starting here, but usually with your past games, I've been able to guess a few things immediately. But let's see what we got here. Okay, well, one thing we can do right here, I think I should have seen this immediately, is we have only 2 dates for 2014. So those are references to a standoff. Let's see. All right, let's see. We had the standoff. Not sure I know which one that is right there yet. It's a week until Kansas Day. Okay, so you know what? That might be one of the first things I'm going to look up. As someone born in Kansas, maybe I should know when Kansas Day is, but I'm searching that right now. Again, just so everybody knows, that's part of this game, is to go outside of the game itself to look at things. So Kansas Day, I have Kansas Day. Let me go back to 2014. Kansas Day looks like it's on January 29th, which we don't, and this is referencing 2014, which we don't have up here. So it's a week before. It's a week until Kansas Day, and we have a lot of work to do. Okay, let's dig in here a little further. We might need to listen to that tape one more time. Let's look back at this field report. So, psychoactive elements through fluid intake. Eric on Facebook asking, does this game have multiple scenarios or just the one? It's no, it's just the one, actually. Good question. Yeah, there is one solution. So these games are essentially large puzzles to solve. So we're kind of historical detectives of sorts. His last 2 game, Family, kind of detailed going through kind of a fictional London pop scene in the 80s and 90s, and then Rivals was also a musical-based game. So you're kind of reading, listening. It's like a multimedia detective experience. And I know this one, he said, the developer said, was the hardest one so far. So as you follow along, if you got time to stick around, Eric, you'll start seeing things come together and the magic happen, so to speak, because it's really cool once you start digging in and finding these things out. I know as a fan of escape rooms and stuff like that, you'll really dig all of his stuff. Yeah, see if you can help me solve some of this stuff. There's probably something right before us that we're not seeing, probably in that tape again. So we know this field office has only been established for 7 months, so that's important. So was there something about establishing the field office? Move to Nevada? Maybe that. I'm going to put that up here. Because if this field office was if this field report was done in Nevada, maybe Nevada is one of these 2014 dates right here, right? Although 7 months from May or February would put it back in 2013. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, move to Nevada Groom Lake has to be before this article. Yeah, I think you're right. But that's the question. If it's before this article, then this article's from 2014, right? Or did it say, yeah, oh, December. Here we go. I didn't even look at that. December 2014. So what's 7 months before December? May, right? So that's probably that right there. Let's put that there. Yeah, thanks for that, Eric. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is like right before our eyes. It's just digging into the detail. So 7 months before this. I'm assuming that's when they moved to Nevada there. Recommend continuing with aerial drop of substance March over... Is that a comma there? March over Boise. Please watch out for flocks or things could get a little more public than we would like. Okay, let's see. Is the Kansas stuff, is there like a standoff or the militia stuff any referenced anywhere else for the Kansas Day? 2,000 dead geese. They were talking about these psychoactive elements in the... This was amphibians, right? But concerned that substance appears fatal to flying animals, as it appears to affect their neuromuscular impulses, resulting in a deadly fall. So that's got to be related somehow. They knew that information before, but I don't think 2,000 died. So I don't think they're referencing... I mean, it could be that these 2,000 died before this, but I'm assuming that's going to happen afterward, but maybe I'm wrong. Recommend continuing with aerial drop of substance march over Boise. I think, isn't Boise or Idaho mentioned here somewhere? Let's look back at this email. This is an email from Alan. I'm assuming this Alan Rosen to Mark. What was Mark's name here? Down the rabbit hole. Yes, Al Skip. Hopefully we're getting this together. Let me see. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth here, guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Mark Aspen. All right, so I'm assuming this is Alan Rosen to Mark Aspen. Does the tape have two sides, A and B, or just the one? I think it's just the one. Yeah, just the one so far. We will probably get more audio as the game. So typically how these games operate is once we get our 5 or so clues correctly, then we'll receive more tidbits of information and more audio. So let's look at this email one more time, and then let's go back to the audio. Let's see. So Alan's referring to Mark. It's good to meet you and your team today. I think we've got a lot in common. Sorry the agency cut you guys loose last year over the little misadventures in Idaho. Lots of dead poultry. So this is the stuff right there. So that must have happened. Okay, we know 2016 that cut you guys off loose last year. So this is probably in 2015. Lots of dead poultry in Boise, Idaho, I'm assuming. So we're starting to connect a bit of the conspiracy together. I agree the wheels of democracy are starting to shake. The last thing that people need is the ability to mess everything up. Anyway, a few of my Bilderberg acquaintances are gathering for a little rustic get-together in a couple months. I'd love if you could make it. Think you can get to Monte Rio. The couple and I can help with the initial funding, but you'll need a lot more to get into the business of voting machines. So we have these voting machines here. Interesting. So Quito is in Ecuador, but where is Monte Rio in Ecuador as well? Let's look that up. I'm not seeing a Monte Rio, Ecuador.
I
Okay. thing gets about to read. The couple and I can help with the initial funding. Okay. Eric's saying only one 2015 date. Oh, yes, you are right. Good call, my friend. Good call. So that's probably that, right? I'm assuming that. So let's put that right now. That's a very good call. I'm going to move a few of these things. So we have reference to these rigged machines. We have references to Alan Rosen. At least he's the one sending this email. Aspen attends Bohemian Grove. That could be what they're talking about there. Maybe not. Operation Ulysses was discussed. Roy and Suarez in Operation Ulysses, I think, were discussed here. I know Roy is discussed here. Talk to my friend Roy. He'll meet you on your feet. So maybe the 4 agents are Suarez, Roy, Alan, and Mark Aspen, perhaps? All right, let's listen to this audio one more time.
Chapter 1. The 4 Agents. In a recording studio on the outskirts of Austin, Texas, I am watching a 22-year-old woman lay out the entire secret history of the US government. Laurie Williams is streaming live to over 100,000 viewers. Her phone constantly rumbles and glows with notifications from her vast Twitter following until it mercifully runs out of battery. Her show is a captivating mix of intimate storytelling and grand showmanship. She veers from conversational to hysterically involved in a moment. I can barely move. When the broadcast is over, Laurie seems wired. She buzzes with nervous energy while laying out her latest grand unified theory. Have you heard of the 4 agents? She says, gesturing to a chart on the wall filled with pictures, dates and charts. Aspen, Suarez, Frederick, Winter.
Okay, let me pause it there because that changes things. So we have Aspen, Mark Aspen, we have Suarez. Frederick is the one that we saw in this field report, right? Madeline Frederick. And then what was the name that was just referenced?
Suarez, Frederick, Winter.
Frederick Winter. Okay, here we go. We have Winter here, so I'm going to switch these. So Aspen, Suarez, Winter, and Frederick. I do not see Frederick's name here. But at least we now have a good idea about the names of the 4 agents.
She continues. She speaks in weighty, jargon-filled sentences. Operation Ulysses, a secret task force, poisoned drinking water, rigged elections, a plot to undermine the imperial system. She points to the chart. We know that after a month after the standoff, the CIA set up a secret task force to...
What? You guys hear that? There's like a little buzzing there. That's part of the tape.
To the chart system, elections, a plot to undermine the imperial system. She points to the chart. We know that after a month after the standoff, the CIA set up a secret task force to try and control the southern states by any means possible. We know that a month ago from today, they started training fake voters to rig the midterms.
Okay, a month ago from today. So this tape, the 4 agents, is 2018. So, and we have several 2018 dates. Okay.
Much of it goes by too fast to understand. My head begins to swim with all the connections. I panic and blurt out loudly, "Can we please stop for a second?" She looks up, like a runner on the finish line, surprised to find the race hasn't started yet. What I'm trying to say is, most major events that have happened these past 5 years can be explained by this, the 4 agents. This is a conspiracy the likes of which we have never seen before. It has changed everything about the country we love. And you know what? It's only just begun.
Let's see if there's anything in this tape right here. The fact that we know it's 2018, that they're speaking of the... I'm assuming... Yeah, it's interesting that there's extra time on this tape. Is there anything on there? So I'm assuming the fake voters and the election stuff is not 2019. All right, some of this stuff I do think I need to start looking up on the computer. I think maybe more of these things have been incorporated. So yeah, if any of you want to look with me, I'm going to look up this 1789 Admiralty Law. Wonder if that has something to do with the metric system stuff. I'm curious. So just briefly off the top search result there, it says under a 1789 Act of Congress, state courts were authorized to decide many but not all types of maritime cases. State courts can decide admiralty cases if the remedy being sought was available under common law. Admiralty actions against the United States also must be brought in federal court. Interesting. Ernest Group. Claiming the U.S. is still technically under pre-1789 Admiralty law? All right, so let's see. Eric on Facebook saying there's no January 2015 date, so the standoff in 2014 leads to the task force also in 2014, a month later. Let me see if I'm getting that correctly. So there's no January. Yes, the only 2015 date we have is March. There's no January 2015 date. So the standoff in 2014 leads to the task force also in 2014, a month later. So that's the move to 2014, right? So we're saying the standoff happened right before that. Is that what you're saying? The February 2014? Is one of these reference the standoff? Month after standoff, CIA task force set up. So I'm assuming the task force setup is the move to Nevada. Am I mistaken about that? Maybe CMA? Yeah, what does CMA stand for? Let's go to that field report. Crystal Springs? No, I think it's some acronym. Let's see. Conducted by Merrill? No. This is quite tricky. Gosh, I'm a little lost because we're supposed to be getting... What is it? I think traditionally most of his games are after you've gotten 5 or so sources, then you get some additional information. Yeah, when you get 5 correct, you'll receive new clues. Okay, so yeah, what do you think, Eric, about that? Like, the CMA founded? So what do you got right here? The standoff is in January, Kansas Day, so January 29th. The task force would then be in February. Maybe CMA is the name of the task force. That is a good thought. So yeah, the standoff is in January. We know that right here, right? The standoff, military standoff. Raiders Small Runs was... I guess the thing I was confused about was if the standoff happened in 2014. Yeah, okay. I'm just confused about when... if the date of the creation of the task force and the move to Nevada. Let me look back into this. All right, I'm gonna play this one more time. I'm
One
gonna.
woman, Laurie Williams, dreaming loud. The phone constantly runs out of battery. Her show is a captivating mix of intimate storytelling and grand showmanship. She veers from conversational to hysterically involved in a moment. I can barely move. When the broadcast
Oh, let me just pause real quick right here. All right, so we have Team meets Alan Rosen, and this is the Alan email saying it was good to meet you and the team today. So we know this happened right here in 2016. How many 2016 dates do we have? So we know that this happened in either May, July, or September. So we should be able to figure this one out. Let's see real quick. Sorry the agency cut you guys loose last year. That I'm assuming is in response to the 2,000 dead geese. Yeah, cut you guys loose last year over the Little Misadventure in Idaho. Lots of dead poultry. Guess the wheels of democracy are starting to shake. The last thing that people need is the ability to mess everything up. Anyway, a few of my Bilderberg acquaintances are gathering for a little rustic get-together in a couple of months. Isn't the Bilderberg conspiracy, isn't that linked to the Bohemian Grove? I think that is. I'm going to look that up, but I think, just off of my top of my head from looking at that years ago, I think so. I'd love if you could make it. Think you can get to Monterio? All right. Let me look up Monterio. Bohemian. Where is Bohemian Grove? Yeah, it is Monterio. Okay. So Bohemian Grove is a restricted 2,700 acre campground at Bohemian Avenue in Monterio. Okay, so that happens. So now we're getting somewhere here. So this happens after this. I love if you can make it. Think you can get to Monterio. The couple and I can help you with the initial funding, but you'll need a lot more to get into the business of voting machines. And that was, where do we get? Buying rigged voting machines in Quito. I kind of wish I could shift some of these down, but let's do this. Oh, happy Cinco de Mayo. There we go. We know that that is May 2016. That's for sure. Sweet. Yeah, Eric's saying our search histories after the game are going to be odd. You are absolutely right. We're going to be on a list. We might need some incognito tabs here. Okay, well, this is great, though. Now we know that this email was definitely May 2016. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Talk to my friend Roy. He'll help you get on your feet. Where's Roy? Gentleman Roy's connection. So we know, yeah, this Bohemian Grove, rigged machines, and Roy follow this event. Okay, interesting thing also about knowing that this is May 2016 is we know that it is the first of the 3 dates in 2016. So does it reference other stuff? Sorry the agency cut you guys off loose last year over the misadventures. So we think that 2,000 dead geese, that's the reference to last year. Lots of dead poetry. I agree, the wheels of democracy are starting to shake. The last thing that people need is the ability to mess everything up. A rustic get-together in a couple of months. So that's July, I'm assuming, is the Bohemian Grove. All right, so this is not the best sign right here, folks, because we're supposed to get more clues and be notified if we have 5 correct guesses. So this is not working out right here because we have 5 guesses, as you can see, and at least one of these is incorrect. But I think this is good. Anyway, a few of my Bilderberg acquaintances are gathering for a little rust to get together in a couple of months. A couple months, it's 2 months later. So I think these are solid right here. And 2,000 geese. So I think we need to figure something about these 2014 dates. What other things? It could be something else. Is this 2014? Operation Ulysses established? Could that be the could that be? Oh, yep, there we go. That was Operation. So that's the name. Okay. Okay, here we go. Hey, thanks, Owl Skip. Said we're doing really well. Appreciate that. Okay, so we have Operation Ulysses established in February 2014, then moved to Nevada, 2,000 dead geese. Team meets Alan Rosen. Aspen attends Bohemian Grove. Sweet. Yeah, no, Eric, you're right. Yeah, we so we still got to figure out, I guess, the CMA was. But we're in a good situation here. Okay, now we have 2 more audio tapes, and we have 3 more notes. What do you guys think? Should we start off? Let's start off with this right here. The Task Force 2016. Let me drop these dates down. So the 4 agents comprise an elite task force working to control the southern states by any means necessary. This includes chemical warfare, poisoning the population, and election meddling, as well as assisting the deep states in its plans. Here is their brief biographies. Mark Aspen, the leader, a cold, calculating operator and specialist in covert tactics, a superb smuggler of goods and people, as well as an astute head for numbers. Madeline Frederick, chemical specialist, a brilliant scientist who was involved in assassinating Soviet spies. Eduardo Suarez, the muscle of the group, defected from the DGI, an immensely strong and deadly agent, always wears a perfectly tailored suit. Ron Winter, the hacker, a cowardly numbers man, pliable to Aspen, can penetrate any system in the world. They are rumored to have left the agency in the last year and are working freelance. They finance their campaigns through a range of illegal operations, as well as democratic/socialist financiers. Interesting. Al Skip, if you're still with us, I'm loving this. By the way, this is really cool. You've done a really good job with this one. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's, let's listen to this audio right here.
Hey, what's crackin', fam? We're here in Yasuni National Park, otherwise known as Suicide Forest. So, it is a Wednesday morning. It is hot. It is Taylor Swift's birthday. I did not know that. Happy birthday, Taylor, if you're listening. Now, maybe you want to come up and have some drinks, slide into my DMs, get cozy, and... Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoa, this dude's just lying out on the ground. Hey, let's go through his pockets. Whoa, bros, I think this guy is like a businessman. Got the suit, dark glasses, but he's like totally ripped. Hey, do you think this is like a secret agent or something? Oh shit, guards. We better go. Later, fam.
So I'm assuming that that sounds like a reference to the whole fiasco around Logan Paul and the Suicide Forest and his response to all that. So I'm assuming that's about Suarez is killed or maybe killing the pervert. He mentions Taylor Swift's birthday, which I just looked up, is December 13th. And so the only December dates that we have are December 2017 and December 2018. So I'm trying to figure that out. Hey, Nathan, thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think that was one of the people on the list. That Suarez is killed there. Suarez wears a suit. Oh, yes. Thank you for catching that. You are right. Suarez is the one that's always wears a perfectly tailored suit. Nice call. Okay. So, Taylor Swift's birthday is December 13th. So from what I gather so far, we know it's either December 2017 or December 2018. I'm going to play that one more time, guys.
Hey, what's crackin', fam? We're here in Yasuni National Park, otherwise known as Suicide Forest. So, it is a Wednesday morning. It is hot. It is Taylor Swift's birthday. I did not know that. Happy birthday, Taylor, if you're listening.
All right, so let's do this. I never thought I'd be doing this, but they said Wednesday. So let's look up Taylor Swift's birthday is December 13th. So let's look up December 13th, 2017, and see if that was a Wednesday. December 13th. Yep, 2017 was a Wednesday. So that's probably it. Let's look up December 13th. Yep, so that's it, folks. We got it right there. Because December 13th, 2018 is not on a Wednesday. So there we go. All right, we're getting here. Let's see. So let's listen to this next one. So Roy Liggett or Liggett, I'm not sure exactly how that's pronounced, but that's mentioned is Gentleman Roy's connection right here. That was also mentioned in the email from Alan Rosen. I talked to my friend Roy. He'll help you get on your feet. So let's listen to that real quick.
Hi, I'm Phoebe. This week on South of the Border, Roy, the gentleman smuggler, has arranged to pick up and transport 1,000 pounds of marijuana when he receives an offer from a stranger. Here's Roy.
So, a couple of years back, I was in a bar in San Antone watching the Cowboys hammer the Bears up on the screen when this guy approaches me. Straight away, I knew he was a Fed. DEA, FBI.
CIA?
Well, now think about it once so clear. He comes over to me. We get talking. He's asking about maybe getting involved in a little something down the coast. Now, I know this guy can't be for real because he's so tiny. Looks like he got a pen up his ass.
Think he was a Cowboys fan?
I don't know. Listen, slowly he's bringing me around. These people, they want in on the buy. They've got guys who can move it, use it to fund more operations. And he brings out this big, heavy suitcase. Now I figure, Roy, you can either wriggle your way out of this, or you can take the money and maybe get out the game 2-3 years early. So I asked him, how's he gonna launder it all? And he said they had a significant number of properties in the Midwest they could push it through. And yeah, they came in, and it went great. Everyone made a lot of money, and I thought it was over. Of course, 3 months later, I get popped for a DUI with 50 pounds of meth in the trunk. Hey, yeah, I'm still getting paid for this, right?
Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Hold on, I just had some thoughts and they slipped my
I knew
mind.
he was a Fed. Be for real guys who can move it, use it to.
So it looks like, I guess the idea is that maybe the 4 agents were selling drugs. I mean, I guess this could be some sort of reference to kind of Iran-Contra or some of the references to military or CIA selling drugs even in Vietnam, that sort of thing. So I guess that's the kind of connection here. But let's see. What do you have, Eric, on Facebook saying a couple years ago from 2018 would be 2016? Yeah. That's true. So yeah, we do know 2018. Is that, Eric, are you referencing the fact that that might be the meeting with Alan? Right? Let's hear that again.
Hi, I'm Phoebe. This week on South of the Border, Roy, the gentleman smuggler, has arranged to pick up and transport 1,000 pounds of marijuana when he receives an offer from a stranger. Here's Roy.
So, a couple years back, I was in a bar in San Antone watching the Cowboys hammer the Bears up on the screen when this guy approaches me. Straight away, I knew he was a Fed.
Yeah, okay. So that must have been Mark Aspen, right? Because, I mean, it says, talk to my friend Roy. He'll help you get on your feet. So, yeah, 2018. So he's in prison in 2018, and he's referencing after the team met Alan Rose, and Alan connected them with Roy.
DEA, FBI.
CIA?
Well, you know, now I think about it, it wasn't so clear.
He says now that he thinks about it wasn't clear. So was it Mark? Maybe it was one of the other members of the crew. Is anybody else? Maybe based on their appearance? They say he, right? I don't think they're referencing Madeline Frederick. I assume they're talking about Mark right here, based on that email. I think that's a meeting with Mark. Look up the game day. Are you talking about the game day in terms of when they played the Cowboys?
He straight away. I knew he was a Fed.
Let me go back.
DEA.
Here's Roy.
So, a couple years back, I was in a bar in San Antone watching the Cowboys hammer the Bears up on the screen when this guy approached.
Cowboys and Bears. All right, let's see. Cowboys versus Bears 2016. That happened. Cowboys beating the Bears 31-17 happened in what is that? September 2016. Is there? Oh, there it is. September 2016. Nice. Good job. So that would go there. We'll put this here for now, even though we know there's probably something in between that.
Straight away, I knew he was a Fed. DEA, FBI.
CIA?
Well,
Okay, I think we're good on this tape for now. I think we can come back to it. We still have 2 more notes and memos here, but yes, that was awesome. Thanks, Eric, for that. That was definitely worth looking up. Let's look at this private note from 2018. Investigation into mattresses are us. Hold up. We have one of these. Wasn't one of these saying putting money into mattresses? Let's put that here. All right. I've taken a look at mattresses are us. Let me go to the bottom and see if we can see who this is from. It does not say. Okay. I've taken a look at mattresses are us. I know you want to keep an eye on the competition, so here's what I got. Seems they all sprang up a year ago in January, funded by some shady types. I couldn't get any names that trace to something real. There's 15 stores in the downtown Chicago area alone, but I've walked into a few, and I can tell you stock is sparse. Not many staff. If you were to ask me, the buildings were bought with drug money, probably so the owners can secure loans against them. It's a cleaning operation, plain and simple. I wouldn't be surprised if they all burned down a year from now. Just keep selling the beds, everything will be fine. I'm going to post my fuller investigation online in a few places, see if we can get some eyeballs on it. Private memo, 2018. Interesting. Putting money into mattresses. How many more dates do we have in 2018? We have several, actually. 4 dates in 2018. Okay. Let's go back to it. I'm curious if the game, it's interesting. This first row, we got all of these like this, but I'd imagine it's not going to simply be like another chronological that we might have to be skipping around in some ways. Okay, Eric's saying January 2017 is when they put money into mattresses. January of year prior to 2018 note. Okay, I'm going to put that there. I might need an explanation for that, actually. Eric, let me look in here. Seems they all sprang up a year ago in January. Yep, you're right. The note says 2018. Oh, so no, this should be January 2017, right? January 2017. I see what you wrote. Yep. So let's put this here. Good call. So they all sprang up a year ago in January, funded by some shady types. Cool. So that must be connected to the drugs. All right, let's look at this internal memo leaked. Regards doesn't say who, from Ecuadorian embassy. There was a reference to Ecuador right here about the in Quito, right? The rigged voting machines. can help you with initial funding, but you'll need a lot more to get into business of voting machines. Voting machines, right here, buying rigged voting machines in Quito. Let's go back to this. So Buenos Dias, the opposition leader, has gone to our biggest paper with his plot allegations. Says that several months ago, vigilante U.S. operatives were buying tampered voting machines from a Quito syndicate to rig their national elections. I asked him how he knew. Says he has an informant inside the group, possibly the enforcer. I think, wasn't one of the guys on the task force referenced as the enforcer? The muscle of the group, Eduardo Suarez, right? I guess Eduardo could be with that name. Also, it could be a connection there. As undercover, says that several months ago, vigilante U.S. operatives were buying tampered. Is an informant inside the group, possibly an enforcer. Paper goes out on Saturday, 18th. Be prepared for UK press. Have told Julian to empty cat litter as it smells, as its smell is upsetting secretaries. Also told them to keep the noise with Pamela down. Esto nos es en bordel. Okay, this paper goes out on Saturday the 18th. I'm sure is a reference to something. So this is November. We have 2 November dates, November 2020 and November 2017. So in this case, we don't have the year, but we have the month, if that is when the voting equipment was purchased. You're saying not November. Nathan, you mind explaining that? Just so we're... It says November. It said several months prior. Okay, let me see. It says that several months ago. Yes, thank you. U.S. operatives were buying tampered. So what's several months before November? I guess we don't know the year. We're buying tampered voting machines from a Quito syndicate to rig their elections. Paper goes out Saturday 18th. What is this paper referencing? Be prepared for UK press. Does any of this stuff mention something that we could look up for UK press? But assuming... Okay, Eric's saying on Facebook, but assuming Suarez dies in December 2017, how could he be the enforcer or new enforcer? Yeah, you might be right about that. I think we're pretty solid on these dates right here. So yeah, I don't think. Oh, well, we have this El Comercio article. I'm assuming that's what this is, right? Paper goes out Saturday 18th. Be prepared. That's what they're referencing. Opposition leader has gone to our biggest paper with his plot allegations. I guess here's the question. Which of these happened first? Several months ago, we're buying. Okay, so this is going to happen first, and then the article comes out. So, several months ago. So, November. This would be November, right? If the article's coming out that November. Which dates do we have for November? I'm thinking it's this, guys. I'm thinking it's this and this. Okay, apparently not. But if it's November when this article comes out, it could be, or it could be December 2017. No, paper goes out Saturday. Okay, let's see. So I got that. Yeah, Eric, that's what I put. I think we're on a slight delay here, probably, with the stream here. Oh, Owl, I got you now on Twitch. You should be able to see the chat. Oh, the chat. Al, one of the reasons why you don't see all of it is because since we're streaming on multiple platforms, we have people talking to us through different platforms. So we got several people on Facebook right there as well talking to us, and we're also on YouTube. So I'm reading through a unified kind of chat system. Okay, let me look back up at this. Sorry, I'm losing track here. Nathan, what date are you referring to? What are you saying for us to look up? Let's see. Okay, the developer's saying you're doing great. Check Roy again. Check Roy again. Assuming this email here. The date. Oh, you're at Nathan's saying the date the article went out. Hey, fangirl, how are you? Thanks for popping by. We're playing Conspiracy. We're a satirical game looking at conspiracies. Okay, let me look back. Nathan, you're saying the date the article went out. It's saying Saturday the 18th. Oh, yeah. Good question. So we'll see. That's a very good thought. So November 18th, 2017. Is that a Saturday? It is. So I think we're good on that. I think that article is November. So maybe the rigged election several months ago. I mean, so technically that could be January, right? Oh no, I just took that from this one. Whoops. Right? Okay. I hope I didn't just mess that up. Nathan saying maybe not game day, but Roy contact? I don't think I'm following yet. You're saying when they contacted Roy. This interview here?
Hi, I'm Phoebe. This week on South of the Border, Roy, the gentleman smuggler, has arranged to pick up and transport 1,000 pounds of marijuana when he receives an offer from a stranger.
Oh yeah, this connection, right? Hold on, did we not have this date before? Wait a second, how did we not get this one? Is it September 2016? How is that different from the game day? So I guess the Roy's connection... Yeah, so you're saying maybe it's September 2016 here. Okay, well, we know the game date was on, unless they're referring to another game day.
Hi, I'm Phoebe. This week on South of the Border, Roy, the gentleman smuggler, has arranged to pick up and transport 1,000 pounds of marijuana when he receives an offer from a stranger. Here's Roy.
So, a couple of years back,
okay,
I was in a bar in San...
I think I see what you're saying, Nathan. So we should put this back here, and then September here. Yes! Good call. Good call. Okay, so we were right about the dates. We just put it, as you said, on the wrong photo. Gotcha. So the game day must be referring to another game day, not the game day between the Bears and Cowboys. So we have Gentleman Roy's connection, putting money into mattresses. So just to look at the narrative here, I guess those agents met with Roy's, or they met with Roy about getting drugs. They used these mattress companies as a front. They were buying rigged machines. An article came out in Ecuador about the, or in the UK press, right? About the opposition in Ecuador, and then Suarez was found killed. Okay, cool. So now we got several more. We got 2 more audio clips, and two more texts. So let's listen to this stuff first. Oh, and let me rearrange this because this does not actually auto rearrange. June, July, September. Let's rearrange it ourselves. Are we good? March, May, July. I think we're good so far. All right, let's listen to Witch's World here.
Oh my. These seances are getting worse and worse. I do not know why Princess Di thinks she left the bath running. I really don't. Anyway, hello, you wonderful witches and warlocks. It's your friendly Aunt Susie here to discuss another theory they don't want us to know about. This time concerning the CIA. Word from our friend Laurie Williams is that a secret team is currently working hard to fix the U.S. election by sending hacked voting machines from Ecuador. So the story goes that shortly after, one of their number decides he wants out and decides to give up a number of agents to the foreign government. Naughty boy. So they kill him and hide the body. Avada Kedavra. However, another one decides he too has had enough. So he goes online and starts leaving hints. And that, they say, is who W is.
Okay, so that first person mentioned might have been Suarez. And then Winter W.
It's all connected, isn't it? It's been a busy week. First I left the bath running, and then I realized Cub was...
Alright, I'm sure we're going to have to listen to that again. We'll come back to that. Let's listen to this CMA podcast. Oh, CMA is right here. This is what we were looking at earlier. CMA. Canada?
Hello, it's Saturday, May 16th. Welcome to the Canadian Metric Association weekly podcast, episode 68. I'm Jet Simon. You know, it still seems like yesterday that the CMA was set up. I remember what I was doing that day. I did the first episode of the podcast, then went to the Bell Center to see Bryan Adams with my mom. It was...
All right, let's stop there. Because Bell Center, I'm assuming we can look at Bell Center, Bryan Adams. That looks like could be, what is that? January 2019? Looks like. I'm going to put that there for now as a placeholder. I think, based on these Google results. But I'm also seeing July 2019? All right, let's listen to this whole thing.
It's pretty sweet, although really quite cold as well. So get some proper heating, why don't you? Anyways, this week we're going to be talking about went to the Bell Center to see Bryan Adams with my mom. It was pretty sweet, although really quite cold as well. So get some proper heating, why don't you?
So I'm assuming that is probably the January. I'll have to look up these dates more, but I see like another Bryan Adams. Maybe he did multiple tours, but I'm seeing some reference to July as well.
Anyways, this week we're going to be talking about Max Planck and the kilogram, but first our director Mark wanted to clear up a few things about some of the strange emails that we've been getting recently. We can unequivocally deny that the Canadian Metric Association was set up to undermine the U.S. imperial system by a rogue CIA agent during a stay in Canada, while setting up a shell company for fake voting machines from Ecuador. We can also unequivocally deny that our director, Mark Aspen, is the same person as the agent in question, who apparently has spent his time this month erecting 5G masts in rural Republican areas to further the American public health crisis. You know, if you guys had proper health care, you probably wouldn't care about this stuff. I hope that gives you what you want. Okay, let's get on with the show. Max Planck came from a traditional intellectual family. His paternal...
All right, I'm sure we're going to have to hear that again. Eric saying U.S. election 2018 midterm or 2020 general. Good question. 2018. Well, there's November 2020. I don't see a November 2018, but I also don't see that as one of the dates. Was that referenced in the CMA stuff? I might not be catching everything here. I'll have us listen to both of those again. Let me go to this Atlanta Herald 2018 article. Doug Kemper, I think that's also this Georgia congressman right here. Congressman for Georgia 9th District, died Monday, 9:30 a.m. Okay, what is this, 2018? So we have several dates in 2018. In a car crash on Interstate 75 after apparently losing control of his vehicle and swerving across traffic into a concrete bridge pillar, said witnesses. The county coroner, has not yet ruled out foul play and is closely examining whether there was any tampering with the congressman's car. Kempner, 46, was particularly noted for his unequivocal support of the president, declaring earlier this year that he was being framed by a number of ex-CIA operatives who were assisting the special counsel. There's also assisting the special counsel here. Arguably his most mainstream political contribution came in the form of supporting industry, in particular manufacturing. Last month, he sought special measures for removal of nationally distributed Canadian voting machines. Okay, I'm going to start putting a few of these up here, because I think these are the 5 things we've heard about, right? So far in all of this stuff, these are the 5 that we're dealing with, right? That we're looking for dates. Not necessarily in this order. Last month, he sought special measures for removal of nationally distributed Canadian voting machines. He's reported as saying, if Americans can't vote on real American machines, what's the point? Despite having reached an advanced stage, the legislation will likely be stymied by Congressman's untimely passing. There were no other injuries or fatalities despite the heavy pre-Christmas traffic. Okay, that's a big key for us. So 2018 pre-Christmas, it's got to be this, right? Georgia congressman, it's got to be this. Everything else is too far ahead. Okay, let's look at the forum post from 2019. Cyclops moderator W was right. W is this Winter. Winter tells all, right? It's been 20 months since he revealed himself, and it's all come true. The Congress, I'm assuming this is like a Q, an on thing right here, the W. It's been 20 months since he revealed himself, and it's all come true. The congressman, those fake voters dressed up as old people. Fake voters, that's right here. Those fake voters dressed up as old people who got the Dems all those seats at the midterms. It all happened. It's training fake voters. Maybe that's the midterms for 2018. It all happened. Now the president has just tweeted that bugs were found in the White House limo. Bugging the limo right here. My cousin knows someone at the White House repair shop. Says a couple of months ago he heard about 2 unknown Fed types snooping around on the site. Reckons they were definitely Aspen and Frederick. Seems they used the Washington power blackout to sneak and attach the bugs. When was the Washington power blackout? I see a fact check from Reuters saying Washington, D.C. did not have a citywide blackout at 1 a.m. on June 1st, 2020. So what would be... let's see. Says a couple of months ago he heard about 2 unknown Fed types snooping around on the site. Seems they used the Washington blackout to sneak in and attach the bugs. Couple of months ago? Well, would that make sense for it to be May? Let me think about that one real quick. If this blackout... I don't even remember this whole thing. Was this a conspiracy spread around? This sounds like an ARG or something. Like an Orson Welles radio broadcast of War of the Worlds sort of situation. I don't remember this Washington D.C. this blackout conspiracy or this kind of meme. So they used the Washington power blackout to sneak in and attach the bugs. They were trying to find out who president is investigating to protect their dark masters. They won't escape the storm. A non-1543 Cyclops. Things are indeed coming to a head. We now know that Aspen Frederick went up to Canada to set up fake machines, fake company for the voting machines. They also created some disruptive operations, including the CMA. I've set up a DDoS attack to take down the CMA's website. Fuck Canada, fuck the metric system. We've got to shut out all the lies, all dissenting voices. Keep strong. Let's get the poll watchers together. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. Let's go back to this.
Oh my. These seances are getting worse and worse. I do not know why Princess Di thinks she left the bath running. I really don't. Anyway, hello, you wonderful witches and warlocks. It's your friendly Aunt Susie here to discuss another theory they don't want us to know about. This time concerning the CIA. Word from our friend Lori Williams is that a secret team is currently working hard to fix the U.S. election by sending hacked voting machines from Ecuador. So the story goes that shortly after, one of their number decides he wants out and decides to give up a number of agents to the foreign government. Naughty boy. So they kill him and hide the body. Avada Kedavra. However, another one decides he too has had enough. So he goes online and starts leaving hints. And that, they say, is who W is. It's all connected, isn't it? It's been a busy week. First I left the bath running, and then
I'm going to rewind it a little bit there. Eric's saying it was all over Facebook. It was while I was living in Charlotte because I remember Pixels attendee making it for real, mistaking it for real. So sometime after 2018, I guess. Yeah, and I mean, it appears like based on the Reuters article, I'm saying it's a fact check from June 1st, 2020. So of this year, I don't remember. Maybe it's happened before, but it was this year. Interesting. Hey, Nemo the monkey, thanks for joining us. You say that would be Suarez. Yeah, the Suarez is killed, right? And then Winter,
you wonderful.
That's what I want to check out real quick about if there's information about when Winter starts talking.
Aunt Susie here to discuss another theory they don't want us to know about. This time concerning the CIA. Word from our friend Lori Williams is that a secret team is currently working hard to fix the U.S. election by sending hacked voting machines from Ecuador. So the story goes that shortly after, one of their number decides he wants out and decides to give up.
All right, so Winter tells all, so we know that's W, right? W was right. It's been 20 months since he revealed himself. Okay, that's a big clue. Oh, and I see Tim on Facebook saying Forum Post is 2019. Yeah, so this is matching, I think, where I'm going with this right here. So 20 months before this 2019 forum post. Do we have a reference? Oh, I think we have the reference at least to bugging the limo. Right? So we know that I think this is 2020 if what I'm finding online about this Washington blackout is from 2020, and I don't think this is necessarily correct here. I'm just kind of marking that for now as just like a placeholder for what was happening. If it was 20 months before that, then that's over a year. Hold on. Let me run some math here real quick. I'm not the sharpest today, folks, so I need a second. Let's see. Tim's on Facebook saying try Washington Blackout 2019. Interesting. Okay, that's July. Okay, I think that would match up. No, hold on. Let me see. July 27th. So this actually happened. So this is different than the one I think we were looking at. Washington, D.C. power failure affects more than 30,000 customers. Okay, I'm seeing these articles appearing in July 27th, 2019. Okay, so I need to change this back. Or change this not from 2020 and look up 2019. It's been 20 months. Let me go down here to this. Seems they used the Washington power blackout to sneak in and attach bugs. So is there a July 2019? Yes, there is a July 2019. All right, so we got that. And if... So they're referencing that in this forum post in 2019. So the forum post had to have occurred after July 2019. Okay, so let's see. So 20 months before that has to be 2018 or earlier, and since we're already done with these, it has to be one of these 2018 dates. So even if it was, what are the other 2018 dates? So we have, even if it was December 2018, so it could be July or December. Let's count back 20 months from that. So if it was July 2018, 12 months would be, or is it July 2019? 12 months before that would be July 2018. And then, yes, that would be 8 months from that. Okay, so I don't think that's... Oh, gosh, I'm confusing myself, guys. I'm sorry. No. So it's either July or August 2019 is this piece. 1, 2, 3. I almost think it has to be August 2019 in order for it to match up with 20 months earlier being January 2018. Let me look real quick. Now the president has just tweeted that bugs were found in the White House limo. My cousin knows someone at the White House repair shop, says a couple of months ago he heard about 2 unknown Fed types snooping around on the site, reckons they were definitely Aspen and Frederick. A couple of months. So I'm assuming we're talking in August here. And I'm assuming Winter Tells All would be this. Let me keep looking through this a little bit more. Two unknown. I think that's yeah. We know that Aspen and Frederick went up to Canada to set up. So let me check this real quick, because if this memo. Oh, I'm sorry. Bugging the limo itself was July 2019. I shouldn't have sent that. This note right here was after this. Okay, my fault. I'm confusing the moment here with this forum post. So we know this forum post happened in 2019 after July 2019, but we don't have an exact idea. This could actually be February 2018. How do I... Can I take the date off this one? I guess not. Oh, I can. So we know that this is, I think, either January or February 2018. Let's look at this. Eric saying, wasn't 5G mentioned in another document? I think so. Or in audio, right? The 5G in rural areas. I think that was mentioned. Let's listen to the CMA podcast again. I think it might be there.
Hello, it's Saturday, May 16th. Welcome to the Canadian Metric Association weekly podcast, episode 68. I'm Jet Simon. You know, it still seems like yesterday that the CMA was set up. I remember what I was doing that day. I did the first episode of the podcast, then went to the Bell Center to see Bryan Adams with my mom. It was pretty sweet, although really quite cold as well, so get some proper heating, why don't you? Anyways, this week we're going to be talking about Max Planck and the kilogram, but first our director Mark wanted to clear up a few things about some of the strange emails that we've been getting recently. We can unequivocally deny that the Canadian Metric Association was set up to undermine the U.S. imperial system by a rogue CIA agent during a stay in Canada, while setting up a shell company for fake voting machines from Ecuador. We can also unequivocally deny that our director, Mark Aspen, is the same person as the agent in question, who apparently has spent his time this month erecting 5G masts in rural Republican areas to further the American public.
This month? Setting up his time this month? So when was the tape? So that is... Okay, Eric's saying May 20th? Okay, I might be missing that. I might have
health
to listen to this
crisis.
again.
You know, if you guys had proper health care, you probably wouldn't care about this stuff. I hope that gives you what you want. Okay, let's get on with the show. Max Planck came from a traditional intellectual family.
Oh, 1 year anniversary. Okay, I want to hear that one more time, guys. Sorry.
Hello, it's Saturday, May 16th. Welcome to the Canadian Metric
May 16th,
Association weekly
yes,
podcast,
yes.
episode 68. I'm Jet Simon. You know, it still seems like yesterday that the CMA was set up. I remember what I was doing that day. I did the first episode of the podcast, then went to the Bell Center to see Bryan Adams with my mom. It was pretty sweet, although really quite cold as well, so get some proper heating, why don't you? Anyways, this week we're going to be talking about Max Planck and the kilogram.
All right, so I think the thing we got to go to here is just Winter. Winter Tells All was either January or February 2018. I think, yeah, okay. I was going to say, we originally had that and took it off. Alright, so Winter Tells All in January. Georgia congressman dies in December of 2018. CMA was founded. The limo was bugged, and he was setting up 5G in rural areas. Okay, folks, we are close to the end here. Let me move these dates around real quick, because we still have February 2018 here, or December. Let me move these around. I think that's good, right? February and July. No, we have February and July. So I'm not saying these are the two dates, but or two photos here, but February and July 2018. And then we're going to have a March 2019. We have the July, then an August, then a May, and then November. Okay, so this is actually how the timeline should look. We just got to move these 5 empty spaces around. We're getting close, folks. We're getting close. Cool. I'm super excited about this. Almost done here. This is really awesome. Cool. So we got a new note, The Basket 2020, and we have Lori Williams Show 2020. Let's listen to the Lori Williams Show first.
Good evening, everyone. I am Lori Williams, and today on America Explained, we are talking bodies. In particular, the bodies connected to a prominent political couple. Now, you guys know I can't name them at the moment for legal reasons, but we are working hard to end this charade and let the truth be heard. We have some exciting new developments that bring our couple in with the 4 agents. Now, we all know about the server, the one loaded with illicit treasonous emails. So, last spring, Ukraine decides it needs to hand it over because they need American oil for their Stargates. So our couple calls up Mark Aspen because they know he worked to protect Ukraine by hiding their involvement in election meddling to help the corrupt special counsel. Aspen says yes in exchange for, and I do not make this up, a human sacrifice because these people are Satanists and worship the devil. Aspen goes to Ukraine, retrieves the server, and burns it in a landfill just outside of Boston on St. Patrick's Day. Later that year, the pervert is in jail when he decides he's going to Welsh on everyone he's ever known, including the couple for whom he arranged things. Now, I wanted to say blood orgies here, but you know it's your call. So they go to Aspen again. Him and Frederick pose as jail guards, and when no one is watching, yeah, they make it look like a suicide. How do we know this? This document, given to us by our friend Cyclops, clearly shows that one of the guards on duty was called Aspen. So I mean, this thing just goes deeper and deeper. When I look at the world, I believe that we are all just weeks, days perhaps, from an entire military takeover.
Interesting. Okay. So I think the disappearing...
Good evening,
I think the disappearing server... I need to listen to that again, but I think that might be the March 2019 date, if that's reference to St. Patrick's Day. Nemo on Twitch saying, is there just one setup for this game, or are there different procedural outcomes? There is one setup for this game, but I would highly encourage you, if you like this, which it sounds like you do, to check out Tim Scheinman's other games. Also goes by Owl Skip. I'm going to drop those in the Twitch chat right now. And in fact, I will drop that on Facebook and YouTube as well. The last 2 games that Tim made, Rivals and Family, highly recommend them. Really awesome games. Very similar style, but different enough. Family has you kind of tracing like a musical family tree. Rivals has you picking kind of dates and like chapter names for 2 rival musicians. I absolutely love his games and look forward to every single one of them being released. So please definitely buy and check out his other stuff. They're also available. Some of the titles are available on Steam as well. So definitely check that out. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to listen to that one more time, guys.
Good evening, everyone. I am Lori Williams, and today on America Explained, we are talking bodies. In particular, the bodies connected to a prominent political couple.
Is that the killing?
Now,
the
you guys know I can't name them at the moment for legal reasons, but we are working hard to end this charade and let the truth be heard. We have some exciting new developments that bring our couple in with the 4 agents. Now, we all know about the server, the one loaded with illicit treasonous emails. So, last spring, Ukraine decides it needs to hand it over because they need American oil for their Stargates. So our couple calls up Mark Aspen because they know he worked to protect Ukraine by hiding their involvement in election meddling to help the corrupt special counsel. Aspen says yes in exchange for, and I do not make this up, a
So is that referencing the spring for assisting the special counsel?
human sacrifice, because these people are Satanists and worship the devil. Aspen goes to Ukraine, retrieves the server, and burns it in a landfill just outside of Boston on St. Patrick's Day. Later that year, the pervert goes to Ukraine, retrieves the server, and burns it in a landfill just outside of Boston on St. Patrick's Day. Later that year, the pervert is in jail when he decides he's going to Welsh on everyone he's ever known, including the couple for whom he arranged the landfill just outside of Boston on St. Patrick's Day. Yes, in exchange for, and
Sorry,
I do
keep reminding you folks. I just want to catch these key facts.
not make this up, a human sacrifice, because these people are Satanists and worship the devil. Aspen goes to Ukraine, retrieves the server, and burns it in a landfill just outside of Boston on St. Patrick's Day.
That's okay. This must be it.
Later that year, the pervert is in jail when he decides he's going to Welsh on everyone he's ever known,
Later that
including
year?
the couple
I'm
for
assuming
whom
that's
he
this.
arranged things. Now, I wanted to say blood orgies here, but you know it's your call. So they go to Aspen again. Him and Frederick pose as jail guards, and when no one is watching, they make it look like a suicide. How do we know this? This document, given to us by our friend Cyclops, clearly shows that one of the guards on duty was called Aspen. So I mean, this thing just goes deeper and deeper. When I look,
So it sounds like kind of a reference to Jeffrey Epstein sort of situation, killing the pervert here. Interesting stuff. Nemo on Twitch saying I can see this being fleshed out into a Carmen Sandiego type game where the details get switched around. Yeah, that is really interesting. The developer's actually been watching us play the whole time. So, Tim, I'm curious what you think about that. If you're ever interested in adding some kind of procedural elements into your games, I think that'd be really interesting. Okay, cool. Let's check out this last memo. The Basket. Excerpt The Basket Podcast, Tommy, Dan, and John. Tinny, ironic, 8-bit music plays. Tommy, welcome back to The Basket on nationally syndicated public radio. We are sponsored by Simple Green, award-winning organic fruits and vegetables delivered straight to your door. Simple Green. Live your truth, live fresh. This week we are dipping into The Basket once more and are actually talking to Miss Lori Williams. Okay, here we go. We've obviously spoken about her before. Snickers in background. She has been pushing her theories of collusion, rigging, poisoning very hard this year. Is this the same person that was referenced at the beginning as the attorney for the president? I'll have to check. The woman seems to have all the answers. We have her on the line. Tommy. Lori, thanks for coming on the show. Lori, thank you for having me, Tommy. John. Hi, Lori. I'd like to start, if I may. To paraphrase Umberto Eco, conspiracy theories offer a map to people trying to overcome deep personal frustrations. What would you say to that? Lori, well, John, I think that by hearing the truth, people are more likely to feel like they have control. So I guess we agree on that. John, Lori, loud chuckles. I don't mean to be misunderstood. What I mean is, do your, shall we say, theories present people with an easy explanation for complicated problems? Lori, I don't know about that, John. The thing is, Dan, look, Lori, we know it's crazy. You know it's crazy. Why do you do it? For the money? Because we know you make some. Lori, now listen here. I have no interest in being part of some lib Ivy League dirtbag lynching. I know why this show is called The Basket. It's because you think we're all as deplorable as each other, don't you? You just want to have your Yale Law School fun with the people you don't know anything about. Now, I've heard your show and the amount of bull that you spout, the 1%, sinister corporations, wellness supplements, Russia, Russia, Russia. You know what you sound like? You sound like people who don't know their neighbors, don't know their towns, and don't know themselves. So you put on a big performance for other people like you by making fun of people like us. What do you say to that? Tommy, Lori, now you may not like what I have to say, but that does not make it any less real. And come game day in November, okay, I think that we got here, you're going to find out all about it. Line cuts. Tommy, a word from our sponsor. Do you need to hire the right person but don't know how? Yes, I think we got that right here. So the only dates we have is trading fake voters and assisting the special counsel, which are February 2018 and July 2018. But I don't want to just guess these. I actually think we do know these because the fake voters, I think, happened before based on this episode.
Good
Let's listen to this one
evening,
more time.
everyone. I am Lori Williams, and today on America Explained, we are talking bodies. In particular, the bodies connected to a prominent political couple. Now, you guys know I can't name them at the moment for legal reasons, but we are working hard to end this charade and let the truth be heard. We have some exciting new developments that bring our couple in with the 4 agents. Now, we all know about the server, the one loaded with illicit treasonous emails. So, last spring, Ukraine decides it needs to hand it over because they need American oil for their Stargates. So our couple calls up Mark Aspen because they know he worked to protect Ukraine by hiding their involvement in election meddling to help the corrupt special counsel. Aspen says yes in exchange for, and I do not make this up, a human sacrifice because these people are Satanists and worship the devil. Aspen goes to Ukraine, retrieves the server, and burns it in a landfill just outside of Boston on St. Patrick's Day. Later that year, the pervert is in...
Alright, so assisting the special counsel happened before. Training fake voters, disappearing the server, killing the pervert, game day.
Hi, John. It's been some time, and if anything, things have got considerably more strange. Katie Kraft, the president's lawyer, has yet to emerge from her dressing room, and a hastily assembled country band are warming up on the stage. I'm not quite sure what... 1 second, here she comes. Katie Kraft, stepping up to the podium.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we have uncovered a vast deep state conspiracy that has not only corrupted our electoral system, but has given power over to Satanists, over to pedophiles, and over to socialists. Now, I would love to tell you all about it. However, I've just got off a call with the president, and he feels that this young lady could do it better. So may I introduce Ms. Lori Williams.
Hello, everyone. Are you ready for some truth? This is called The Ballad of Mark Aspen.
Gay frogs, dead geese, Operation Ulysses. Man, I got a tale to say. Out in the body dealing with the Illuminati, trying to take all our freedoms away. Sell drugs, hide bugs, keep them in a mattress truck on down to Ecuador. No, you think that might be all, but heaven knows there's more. You could have been a cowboy, could have had a gun, riding all over like a 4-leaf clover, never hurting anyone. Could have been a preacher, could have been a saint, but his highway to ruin was a holy communion of the Church of the CIA. Brakes failed, paper trails, voted fraud for wholesale, finding of the CMA. Server gon' get one over on the congressman, turning everything to flames. Deflect, reflect is the worst to come yet. Who knows? None can say. New mass questions asked, putting on a gas mask. Yeah, we know the ones to blame. You should have been a cowboy, should have had a gun, riding all over like a 4-leaf clover, never hurting anyone. Should have been a preacher, could have been a saint, but his highway to ruin was a holy communion of the Church of the CIA.
Awesome, everyone. Well, that was Conspiracy by developer Tim Scheinman, also goes by Owl Skip. If you want to check out his Discord as well, I'm going to drop that in here. Let me copy this link because it's a great place to continue the discussion. Let me drop this here. Here. Thank you so much, Tim, for making such another awesome game. Again, I want to encourage everybody, if you enjoyed this game, please support the work of Tim. Like he makes these awesome games, and we want to see him make more of these. So I'm going to drop these links throughout. Please check it out. As I said, outside of Conspiracy, he has 2 other games, or actually, I should say 3 other games, but 2 recently that came out like this. Rivals is a detective game about music, rivalry, and broken sitars. Family is a detective game about musical genealogy. I'm a huge fan of both of those, absolutely huge fan. He also has another game that's available for free on his itch page, The Remains of Richard Fleming. Here, let me turn this music down a little bit here. A detective game of Cold War espionage. I really like that one as well. Always a fantastic experience. I really enjoyed this one. Make sure to check it out. Available on itch and Steam right now. Tim, thanks again so much. Appreciate you joining us. That was fun, man. Quite the challenge. It was awesome figuring out all the different elements, and I feel like you did another fantastic job with all of the how the not only the audio worked well with the notes, but I really enjoyed taking it to the next level by searching things like Taylor Swift's birthday or the date of the Cowboys and Bears playing. I love that stuff. These are really cool experiences to play collectively too. At first sometimes I think a game like this especially is more so a solitary experience, but I really enjoyed. I think some of you may remember, I played actually Family with my wife. She played it and I kind of helped the sister several months back. So yeah, a great opportunity to play with someone as well. Awesome, everyone. Well, we will be discussing this game and 3 other games on Thursday for Indie Game Club at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be discussing this game as well as, let me look at the list, Angerfoot, Infinite Pizza, and the other game, let me take it off here, is, I believe, Don't Take Your Eyes Off of the Red Fridge, I think is the name of it. Don't take your eyes away from the red fridge. So we're going to be discussing all 4 of these games with a group of guests this Thursday. I'm really looking forward to that conversation and getting Indie Game Club back into the swing of things. But I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll be definitely jumping in more to do some more of these streams coming up. So stay tuned to that, and thanks, everyone. Have a great night.